All right, guys. So this is just going to be a recording of fucking the amazing Reuben Drake marketing ideas that as a team we're going to implement this. We want to really restructure the way in which we're approaching the market in terms of Limitless Success Institute and Limitless Health and Fitness. So Reuben's going to really take this. Guys, he's got some absolute amazing ideas. So yeah, if you're watching this, when you see the understand that Reuben's a master in this field. So really beneficial. So take notes, and if you have any more questions, hit myself, Reuben, or Ryan up about this, because we're really going to change the approach of Limitless Health and Fitness and Limitless Success Institute and really cater to the market in a much nicer, streamlined way. All right, take it away, Rubes.
Fantastic. Awesome. So thanks for having me on, James. And guys, so what I'm bringing in, or the strategy that we're using, is ultimately what we like to call an application funnel, or looking at ourselves as an application only business. So I'm going to be drawing some things out as we go. And the reason, before we consider this, it's important to realize the reason that we want to be application only is because ultimately, as coaches, as leaders of Limitless Health and Fitness, we decide the value of our program. We decide the importance of our program. We determine in everyone's eye and in reality, what is Limitless Health and Fitness worth? And so from the perspective of trying to create and building the best, literally the best fucking program across all of Australia, potentially let in the entire world, we owe it to ourselves, to our clients, to our future clients, to be application only. Because when we start to set boundaries around who can work with us, when we start to set limits around who can enter, now at first you might go, oh wait, but we want to help everybody and anybody. But the problem with that is not everyone has the right mindset or what it takes to actually change their life and to do health and fitness and to do a program and to train. Why is this a problem? Because as a company, our whole, the entire value of what we do is based on, at the end of the day, our clients' results. Our clients' results. So let me ask you a question. Would you rather have 1,000 clients where you've got 200 that are working and doing the work, and the other 800 just aren't really doing it? They're paying you money, but they're sitting there. Or would you rather have 400 clients, all of which are smashing it, giving it their all, that are doing the work and providing amazing testimonials?
100%.
So the purpose of application only is, sometimes there's this quote of saying you got to slow down to speed up, and that's what this is about. It's realizing that this isn't overnight. Building this is a very long-term game. And so I'm pretty much going to run you through right now the fundamentals of how application only works. So the final point at which someone enters the program is the sale at the end of the day. Now, the premise behind what we're going to do with application only is that when somebody enters, trying to get the color out, doesn't even matter. So when someone enters the sale, the way that they're going to do so is via Zoom. I'm going to explain to you why. The reason behind getting people to enter the program via Zoom is because in this day and age, people want personalization. They want to feel needed, they want to feel understood, and they want to feel like you actually care. We've got to look at what are all the other options on the market that people have to buy, or the other things that they could be doing right now. Because let's be honest, there's heaps of shit in the fitness industry. So if I just clear that for a second, if I clear everything. So other things in the fitness industry right now, we've got gyms. Okay, terrible writing here, but we've got PTs. We got, what else is there? There's other things that people are doing. There's like apps.
Yeah, like that. There's tons of things that I guess I've seen that are and incorporate, like there's something that is inside of what we have, but what we've been able to do is basically incorporate them all and actually siphon through what's going to work and what's not. Because at the moment, there's a lot of white noise going on in the industry. There's a lot of people giving
That's right.
these, I guess they have the one-to-many model, but it's like, it's a one-to-many model, but it's a one-size-fits-all model, and it doesn't work because there's so many variants. Whereas we've really added in that variety of variants for people to choose the one they want to learn, and obviously choose.
100%. And so when we look at this, the thing is, here's what I really want to get across to everybody, and it's that when you're creating a business, when people are looking at what they want to buy, we need to be different. We can't be, I want you to think about it like this. You're walking into a supermarket, you're walking into a sup store, and there's all these different sups on the shelf. There's like a creatine, there's a whey, there's a multivitamin, there's Muscle Tech, there's Optimum Nutrition, and you're going, oh, which one do I want? Which one do I want to pick? If we are on that supplement shelf, it's a problem. And that's because people are weighing us up against all of these other different things. We need to be so different, so completely fucking different, that we're not anywhere near the shelf. It's not like people aren't weighing that up. And here's what happens when people weigh up options. They're going, what do I get? How many grams of protein are in this? How many, sessions do I get? How many minutes of time do I get? What they're looking for is features. And we want to step away from features, because there's nothing wrong with having amazing features. That's important. But what matters to people is not the features, it's their life. It's the pain they're going through. It's having a community that gives a fuck about them. And that's where this application funnel comes into place. So we're gonna share the screen again, and we'll pretty much get straight into the actual shit of how it works. So pretty much at funnel, first we have a form of content, which I like to describe as PPAP. Now, what PPAP is a form of video content in which you are discussing. So what PPAP stands for is pain, problem, agitate, and pitch. So pain, problem, agitate, and pitch. So what this looks like is it's a video that is put out by us, that is put out by Limitless, in which we go through this framework. It's not a script. It's not like you have to say these words. It's really simply put. What most people out there are doing is they're going, hey guys, do you want to know how to get a six-pack? Well, you need to eat at a calorie deficit, you need to have this much protein, and you need to make sure you're doing enough reps. But the thing is, no one actually cares about that for two reasons. One, everyone in the industry is doing it. Everyone's talking about reps and protein grams and calorie deficits and how many things to do and hours of sleep. Those are important, but that's not what people care about. PPAP is about getting across to people and going, hey, men, fellas, are you sick of this fucking cycle? Every single weekend, you just go out, you're getting on the piss. Deep down, you're always comparing yourself to your mates. Are you sick of this problem where you go to the gym, you go for 2 weeks, you go for 3 weeks, but then something happens and you fall off the train, you fall off the wagon, you start to feel shitty in yourself. It's going to the ladies. It's like, hey, ladies, are you walking past the mirror and not even fucking looking at it because you can't bear to see what is there? Are you embarrassed at the fact that you're sitting there and you're watching your kids run around and you know you can't keep up with them? So what I'm talking about here is the pain. The problem is then, well, if this continues, ladies, if this continues, if you keep letting your kids just run past you, if you keep walking past the mirror, if you keep allowing your relationship to go without having sex because you're too embarrassed and self-conscious with your partner, well, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, do you think anything's going to change? The problem is showing them that if they stay in this place, if they stay in this place of pain, they're going to get to a really bad spot. It's not going to change. Once that happens, and this is all in a short video, by the way, guys, this is where you get the agitation. And the agitation is going, well, how dare you? It's your kids. It's your life. It's getting them emotional. It's getting them wanting to move. It's getting them wanting to take action.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, because I think I definitely grasp it, because like obviously the way we've been doing it at the moment is that it's still that hook bullshit, you know what I mean? Where it's like,
yes,
and they get it, and it's like you think about the old script of winning, like Ryan and Reuben, like you both know it, like
of course.
oh yeah, like you probably haven't read the script, you know what I mean? Like it's getting them, and then you got to fucking bring the pain out of them in the actual call. Whereas
that's right.
Front end pain and agitate, you know what I mean? Like we're front end getting them fucking pissed off. They're sitting at home in their lounge room, and they're like, "Fuck this cunt!" Like I want to prove him wrong.
That's
you know
it.
I mean? Like,
that's it.
like I'm sick of this life. Like they're actually sitting there and they're like getting up off the lounge and like, you know what? Fuck this.
That was beautifully fucking worded, man. And that's exactly right. It's basically, so the pitch, here's what I want everyone to understand. So what we're always going to bring this back to at the end of the day, the way that we make a sale, no matter how the fuck it happens, is you book a call. Book a call. And here's why. Most people want automated shit. In most online businesses, they just want something where they can not touch it, leave it alone, and it all just runs itself. The reality is that's just not the reality. And there's certain levels of work that need to be done. So book a call. We'll get back to book a call in a second. So one of the ways in which we get people to book a call is through pain, problem, agitate, pitch. Videos that get them emotional, that get them moved, that make them want to change and want to take action. Now, when I say book a call, they're applying to book a call. When they're applying to book a call, there's questions, there's a questionnaire. It's not like the applying thing is not fake. It's not like a pretend apply. It's very real. If they don't meet the requirements, if they're not the right age range, if they're not the right person, they politely get declined. Now that doesn't mean they can't come back in the future, but by setting these boundaries, we're creating more value for our business.
100%.
So we have pain, problem, agitate, and pitch. And then the next thing that we look at as well is, okay, so we've got that. And then what happens from there is, so another way in which we can get people to apply to book a call or to want to get on is also through testimonial videos. So the other thing about testimonials is there's important ways to structure the testimonial calls. There's important ways to make the testimonials move people, because everything here, the truth is, guys, people buy out of emotion and they justify it with logic later. So people are buying out of the pain that they're in, the desire they have, the emotions they have. People will never buy. Some people will, but we will never make it if people are going, oh, well, how good is this deal? Do I get 99 cents off? Oh, wow, I get like 8 supplements for only $10, because that does not pull on the heartstrings or the emotions. So the testimonials are all about showing a story. It's a story of someone who has been impacted by limitless health and fitness, someone whose life has changed. And what we want it to do is, the purpose of that is to resonate with other people who are in a very similar situation. So they look at these testimonials and they go, wow, like I feel this. And these testimonials, we run these as ads. The PPAP, the testimonials are run as ads. Cool.
That's really good, because it actually goes in exactly with what Alex Morris suggested to me today. Like he said to me, he goes, look, like at the moment, people are seeing it as too perfection. Like, you know what I mean? They're seeing it as too perfect. Like myself, like Krista, Ryan, Nick all jump on, and the people are like, yeah, it's well and good for you to say, but you haven't had to experience A, B, C, D. They don't know the pain that was associated with the change in which we made in our own lives, and so they can't associate the same pain in theirs. So they're sitting there and they're thinking like, I'm here, you're up here, but the gap for me to get up here as well is fucking too big. So they're just getting overwhelmed.
100%. I agree with you. It's people need something real. and something that they can envision themselves being part of. And a lot of what we're doing is we're giving people a community. And so we've got these PPAP videos, we've got testimonials, which are also run as ads. Another one that we can have, which is quite common, quite easy to set up, is really, really simple. It's very similar to an opportunity ad. It's, you know, it's apply to join our program. But we can't actually have apply to join without PPAP, without testimonials, because otherwise it's like, well, who are we? What do we do? What does it even look like? Because in order for someone to buy something, they need to know what it's going to be like. And people, the more exposure people get, the better. So I'll clear this again. And what I essentially want you guys to understand is that as we go through creating this content, the most important thing that we're doing out of all of this is watering the seeds, so to speak. Okay, here we go. So what watering the seeds is about is, we've got these different levels. Okay, so it's going to be kind of hard because I don't have my Apple Pen, so it's being a bit shit. But at the top level, where we want people to be is we have our clients. In the middle, we have prospects. Prospects that are interested, they know we exist, and they are aware of us. And then on the bottom, we have, what should I say? The general population, yeah.
General pop.
Yeah. Cool. So what we're doing is everything that we do along this journey is about leveling people up. Yep. We are getting people to become greater versions of themselves until eventually the next logical step is to become a client. The way that we do this is pretty much the best way that I can explain it is this. Most people want to just have an ad where people click and they book a call, and then you get on the call and then you close them and you pull out all the pain in that. What I want us to do is this. We have this part of being in the prospects thing over here. All these dots represent people. People could be here for 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years, and that is okay. That's valuable. That's important because we're consistently putting out valuable content without expecting anything back in return. If all we do is put out content and expect a sale, it doesn't create the right image or feel for our business. So here's a great example. A lot of what I'm about to talk about is to do with retargeting.
Yeah.
If you're a prospect and you see one of our videos and you're like, cool, that resonated with me, and then you click and you book a call, and then you get on the call and it's a bit pushy or it's a bit pressury, or it's like, come on, get ready, step up, change your life, and you're like, oh, I'm not sure. And it's like, come on, why don't you want to change your life? And you're like, oh, what happens is you burn the person because they felt pressured. They weren't ready. Were there fears? Yes. Were the objections bullshit? Yes. But guess what's way more valuable than trying to push them over the line? We just go, okay, no worries. I can tell you're not ready for this. And we push them back into this line. We push them back into our pipeline. Because if they don't join, their problems aren't going to change. They're going to go back to the same thing, doing the same bullshit, having the same problems. And weeks later, months later, even a year later, after seeing our content again and again and again and again and again, one day they're going to wake up and they're going to be like, holy shit, I'm fucking done. I'm ready to join Limitless. And when they get on that call, they know who we are. They've seen our content. They've seen videos. They've seen things that make us look exciting, like something you want to be a part of. I know I'm talking a lot, so I just want to check, are you guys both following what I'm saying so far?
My head's just going with, like, basically, obviously, we've got the door-to-door component, yeah?
Yeah.
So imagine, like, I'm just thinking this is going to work in perfectly with what we're doing there, because the prospect system that you're creating there, obviously, you've got the general pop. We're going towards the door. You're going to have the people that are ready on the spot to commit. But then the retargeting ads you're speaking about, in terms of like, these are the ads that we're just giving massive value, hitting pain points, that retarget will work so well with the actual door-to-door. Because, yes, let's say, for example, we pull out, it's a suburb of 2,000 people. We pull out, let's say, 500 people from that suburb, but the 1,500 that were left behind, because obviously they weren't ready just yet, with the model that you've created here, the prospect will continue pain points. They'll be walking past the people, the 500 that you've seen, transform their life. You use those people that are like, literally, you use their neighbours in testimonials in the future, and then that person that was 3 doors down from Susie, her name's Alex, he saw Susie lose 20 kilos. She got retargeted with a video of Susie saying, "This is what I did." Then you go Alex, Michelle, Kate, everybody in the whole street will then buy.
That's fucking awesome. I didn't even consider that. And that's going to work so well, because pretty much, guys, what we need to make this a reality, to make this dream become a reality, what we have to do is first, we need this sort of line of things. At the top level, we need a team of sales consultants.
We're going to have a team of 20 by August.
Perfect. Highly trained on Zoom, and also for this to work, it needs to be a different kind of sale. It needs, when I say different, all I mean is we cannot use winning style shit for this. It will fuck them. It will burn them, and it will make people feel uncomfortable. So later on, not on this call, but I'll share you more about like something I've learned called the 6 Ps, which is a really great way to step people through. It's more about allowing people to see their own pain for what it is, and the reality of what happens if they don't change. So we have a team of sales consultants that are highly trained at the top.
Cruz, come here. You need to watch this part. Sit down, grab a chair.
Cool.
What up, Cruz?
What's up, dude?
Hey, man.
So I'll call a spade. So basically, Cruz has been on the fence about joining, but we've been looking at like a perspective where he can bring massive value. Because I'll say at the moment, with what he's incorporated from NLP, from masters and everything like that, in terms of sales, I would say he's fucking above and beyond myself and anyone else in our team at the moment. And he's actually developing a sales platform which does exactly what we're talking about. So the universe.
I'm literally working for Cruz as well. I'm doing bookings.
Yeah. So you know what he's like. This part here, I want to bring him in on, because awesome. his mind will just literally, he'll take this and grasp it. And then obviously, if we're talking about training a team of sales consultants, like, the man's sitting just next to me, I'm going to step aside and I don't have to be the spearhead of everything. Like, let the sales consultants sell, let the marketers market, let the coaches coach.
Yeah, I love it. And so basically, guys, so the way that I'm trying to create a ladder so you can sort of see how the whole system goes in terms of bringing someone from knowing nothing about the business all the way into becoming a client, essentially. So at the top, we have the team of sales consultants who are highly trained, and these guys are absolute A grade. They know the business in and out. They understand how to close for Limitless specifically. So there's two methods. Sorry, there's a bit of background noise. So there's 2 methods for making the close with the program. So the full program. I'll give you 2 seconds, guys.
Ryan just got his 4th breakfast.
Yeah, did you see that on arrival?
Yeah.
Touchdowns on arrival. Huh? Not bad.
Breakfast of the day.
Liam told me that you need to be having 2 boxes of cereals a day, man. So
Yeah, I know. Keep me accountable to it. Keep me accountable. I'm on like 6,000 calories. It's very high.
That's a lot, man.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So Zoom and phone are 2 key different things here. Cool. So here's essentially what I want to explain with the two versions. So Zoom is always going to be for the full program. And I'll explain why. So let's be honest, the full program is an investment. It does require a credit check and so on for them to go through PayRight. It's so important to have someone that is face-to-face, that understands you, that is willing to like work with you and take you through the process. Phone, if we consider this, if it's something that we want to have on the table, is for what would essentially be something like a 30-day trial. And the reason for a 30-day trial would be really simple. It probably would be without the supplements, without all of that. It'd be a 30-day thing for people to get their foot in the door, to see some value. They pay practically nothing, like $100 just for accountability, but they later get into an upsell process, which is once again back on Zoom.
That's what the challenge was created out of the process of. It's like a 30-day. We have an automated system where they just get a couple of meal plans and stuff like that. We weren't charging for it, but I believe, you have to invest something in the game to get them accountable.
Yeah. And so basically, I mean, the phone one's not even that important. Really, the Zoom is where it is at. The Zoom consults is the game changer. It's the life-changing session. It's everything. So we have that at the top. On the next level, as we go down, so we then have what is basically the landing page.
Yeah.
Now, the landing page is where people apply to get on this call. It needs to be fucking mint. I'm talking like Dan Baldasso on steroids times 50. Like that's how mint it needs to be. So the landing page is in ClickFunnels. And the purpose of the landing page is to get people to book a call. That is it, quite simply. The purpose of the landing page is to get people to book a call. Or not so much to book a call, they're applying to book a call. Now, what happens is, once they've applied to book a call, they're going to get follow-up. They will get, like, everything will be sent to inboxes. So our sales consultants will get emails. They are going to get, email follow-ups to remind them. They're going to get text reminders. And not only that, they're going to get an invite to our free Facebook group, which I'll chat about later, but the free Facebook group is literally to drive more value and to bring people back eventually to applying to book a call.
Fuck, man. I just want to say, like, I've had this idea in my head, and I think I've spoken to Ryan about this as well. I remember I spoke to you about this the other day, Ryan, like the sales we don't get on the door-to-door will have a back-end system. Like, Reuben, we've just been on the same fucking wavelengths, bro. Like, you coming in, I had the idea, but I didn't know how to action it, and I haven't had the time to action it. So I'm just thankful that you can actually be here to drive this aspect, because it's what we need at the moment, bro. And like with Cruz here listening to the team of sales consultants, everything's just lining up. Like the ducks are all just aligning, because if I can step away and focus on things that I'm good at and have people focus on things that they're phenomenal at, then I'm not having, because at the moment it's felt like I've been treading water trying to do everything and then get nowhere. Like, but I just know that you've got this fucking nailed, bro. Like, I have full faith in what you're able to bring to the table, and with Cruz as well. Like, whatever we work out in the future there, like, I feel like this is just exactly what I've had in my head. Like, I just wasn't sure how to get it from paper, and you're doing it.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Oh, dude, I'm so happy to hear that. And guys, like, I fucking love this because there's just so much talent in this team. Like, all of you guys, like, and it's like, we're getting some of the best minds, you know, so much of it. Like, well, we all met through winning, but it's like, it's so much more fucking awesome and fun creating this massive movement ourselves together than all us just trying to go and make our own things. Like,
A lot of energy, a lot of power.
Yeah, it's very powerful. So pretty much to keep walking you guys through the process. So the invite to our free Facebook group, I'll just let you know, I'm sure you're thinking this, but on the back end, say there is door-to-door or whatever, we've got like a system where pretty much all you need is someone's name, their Facebook name, and their email address, and they're instantly in our pipeline. And our pipeline, I mean our retargeting, our Facebook group, and so on. So, cool. So landing page, ClickFunnels, apply to book a call, emails, follow-ups, text reminders. Now, as well as this, and this is where I will need some technical expertise to put this into action, but the landing page and so on is going to incorporate a pixel. And the pixel is going to, the cool thing about pixels is it can save conversion events. So we will know, we'll have a list of people who have applied. So we can put certain content in front of people that have applied to book a call. Cool. So
it's like a warming process almost, because they've applied to book the call, but in the meantime, they're going to get a friggin' video or a content post about, like, you know what I mean? So they'll be warm. Yeah, I get that 100%.
And so we then go, awesome. So we go on the even lower level. So they've gotten on this landing page, they've applied to book a call. But the question is, okay, so they get the text follow-ups, they get the invite to our free Facebook group. But the question is, how the fuck did they find out about this in the first place? What led them to get on that landing page? Why did they book the call? And how do we get them there? So there's a few different ways. So on one end, we've got our PPAP content, our videos, emotions, going like, showing people that. Then we've got our testimonial videos, which are excellent for retargeting. It's excellent for people that are on the fence thinking about booking a call because they see people. And we're going to structure these videos to be really, really well made. It's not about the HD graphics. It's not about the fucking logos. It's about the emotion and the way that it influences you and the way it takes you on a journey when you're watching these testimonial videos. So we then, okay, cool. So we've got PPAP content, we've got the testimonial videos, and then of course, so we've got a really basic one, which is, but also still an excellent one to use, which is essentially big opportunity. It's essentially an opportunity funnel. Slightly different from the way that you guys have seen in like other winning funnels. It's different, but it's essentially, would you like to change your health and fitness and apply for this program? Now, we've got these three things down here: PPAP, testimonial videos, opportunities. So pretty much like come and, it's like, do you want to get fit?
Yeah.
Essentially. Now, these things are great, but here's what we can put in the middle, which is fucking awesome. Webinar. Most people want, in business in general, to just get as much money as possible for as little effort as possible. But we have so many people, so many resources, so much that we can put into this that we don't need to. So what a webinar is about for us, it's not about just trying to make automated sales and just get people to just buy straight away. Not at all. Webinar is an in-depth training. Webinar is basically like, this is what Limitless is all about. This is what we do. Here's the thing. The sales consultants, they're not there to explain the program. They are not there to tell you what you get. They are not there to tell you how many fucking supplements are in your package. No. Sales consultants are there for one simple thing. They're to go, awesome, you're joining. Great. Let's get some details off of you. Cool. I just wanted to make sure. The sales consultants are mostly just walking people through the payment process and the credit things and all of that, because people that get on the call already want to be there. Now, of course, the consultants are experts in objections, in understanding people's fear, in reflecting the Limitless vision. But what this webinar does is it is the big influence. It's what shows you pretty much. The webinar is not about what you get. It's not about features. It's not about we give you all these supplements. We do, but that's fucking sick. But that's not what people care about. The webinar is essentially, at its very core foundation, why you have a problem, why it hasn't changed, and the possibility of how it could. When people see this, the next logical step is to apply to join. Because people assume that if we understand their problem, if we can articulate it better than they can themselves, they assume that we have the solution. At that point, they'll go, fuck, Herbalife, sweet. Training videos, sweet. Awesome. I don't care. Just tell me what to do. You guys just tell me what to do. I don't care. And so the pitch on the webinar is not click on this link and get taken to a payment card. No. That's too lazy and it's not going to work. The pitch on the webinar is, this is where you can book a call. This is where we take you to your landing page or direct link where they apply to book that call. The next day, as soon as we can possibly fit them in, we're going to have a team of consultants that are available practically around the clock. So no matter whether it's late as fuck, midnight, 8 a.m., whatever, we get that person on the phone with this consultant and boom, that's where we make the sale.
See, this is the thing is, because of the way it's structured, the consultant can be either an outsourced consultant that we just have money back to the business, or this can be, for those of you that are on here, because when Cruz is creating this sales platform, this potentially, you could look at the webinar like you book it, like a booking, you know what I mean? Like, or you book and warm. It's your book and warm into one. And if Cruz or yourself or Ryan or whoever's in the team wants to make that extra money, because of the way the business is structured, the volume point production pays for a lot of everything else, but the actual sale itself can be a conversion because you've given that time, you know what I mean? You can go make the $1,000 commission. So I've got no issues with that. And like, I'd rather, if someone's willing to put their time forward, you're bringing in that person in the impactful way to change their life. So you deserve the $1,000 retail profit that you're going to get from the sale. If the person's wanting to put their calendar and open it up, like, we can look at it from a perspective, like if Cruz sits there and goes, look, I'm going to have from, I don't know, 5 o'clock, 10 o'clock, Monday to Friday, ability, we can do that around the job, understanding all the leads are contributing to the same goal.
I like it.
So I think, because it's network marketing, like the business as a whole, everyone's going to get paid. You know what I mean? Everyone's going to get paid and looked after. And like, I think it's important to look at that perspective, because the goal is to change people's lives. And like, the person that you bring in, the way I look at it, at least, you may make a sale with one person, but then their friend may have an opportunity to jump on a sale with Ryan. So that person might lead you to 100 new people, and those 100 new people will then go and be 100,000.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. So in a lot of ways, it will be important that, and this is another thing where we'll need some expertise from people that are good with this, almost like a documentation system, so we can map out who has brought on who those people have brought on, and so on, so that, you know, the pricing and the payments and the points and so on are distributed properly. And
what we do in the back end of the system is that we have who's registered who. So the payments in the PayRight system, when you actually put the application of the client through, you put your initials. So I'll show you this in the onboarding sheet. So it's basically like your initials, or that you get paid the retail profit, which is $1,000 plus, depending on what level you're at inside of the business. So you actually get paid the whole full retail commission. And then Limitless Success Institute will get the volume point production. You'll also get the volume point production, but basically, like it all stays inside of your levels as well. So if you're in Ryan's team, for example, for this example, you are in Ryan's team. So I get paid 5% of the wholesale profit. Ryan gets paid 5% of the wholesale profit. You get paid 100% of the retail profit.
Yeah.
It's a fair system in place, which is like, well, everyone's getting paid, because we're not having to then pay wages and take out, oh, well, you only get paid 500, we get 200 commission.
Fantastic. So pretty much, well, this outlines really the structure of it. So I'd just love to get overall everyone's thoughts on what I've laid out.
Ben?
I think it's fucking awesome. Like, it's very much like what we've learned through winning. But I mean, it's only like 5% of people in our team that have gone through that. So there's a lot of people that have no idea how to do this. And I mean, even that being said, like, it is so different to what we have learned. But with the webinar, like you said, James, it is very much like a booking call, or like just that warming. Like, why you have the problem, why it hasn't changed, how it could change. Let me book you in for a longer call where you pitch to them.
The thing I like about this, bro, is that we were still running a winning model, and I'm going to use them as the example. I'm not trying to badmouth the model.
Yeah, of course not.
We used them as the example. We were running the winning model in the precedence of it was like free webinar, free value, this and that. But it was still that level of like, I don't want to use the word deceit, but I want to use the word like we were still hooking them in as opposed to them giving like we were actually disempowering them because they're like, oh, I just thought this was free. And then you're pitching at the back end, but it's like, this is actually like, hang on, this is an opportunity to change your life. It's an application for them to go to a life-changing webinar. And then they get the decision. So the power goes back to the person so they feel empowered as opposed to disempowered.
Yeah.
Free webinar. So I really like the structure because it leaves a better feeling in the person's mind. And it's like, you know what? Every pain point they hit on during that webinar, I fucking resonate with. I do want to make this change. So they naturally click the switch in their mind. And then the sales leader is this highly traded sales consultant just there to facilitate their next steps. As opposed to like us trying to NLP them and back end mindset and all this sort of stuff and like empower them, get them emotional and get them on a call and like try to close them on the spot.
That's it.
The person's coming in empowered as opposed to feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah. Yeah. And like the biggest thing in my business was, switching from hooks to actual people applying to work with me. So it's like, why aren't we doing that? With the PAP, is that just free shared content? Do we share sponsor it? Ads,
ads. So I definitely recommend we'll share the shit out of it on our personal profiles. We've all got great, excellent networks, but PPAP really does need to be run as ads. And I think if we're going to be, look, let me put it this way. Anyone in Limitless can run any ads that they want, but I think we need sort of like a stringent like criteria, almost like approval process for just like, is your PPAP actually good? Two reasons. One, we don't want people wasting their ad money on shit that's not going to run, that's not going to work. And two, we want to maintain a good image for Limitless in general. And so,
at the moment, what we're doing is we're running it all through the same site because obviously through Active Campaign, Dan has the capacity to be able to actually split who's got whose ad, so who's got whose ad set. So we're running it all through, which obviously creates a massively strong pixel as well. Because the other beautiful thing, Rubes, and I want you to understand this, man, is that with the door-to-door, the back-end system, the pixel will be created even stronger because the retargeting, if we don't get them there on the spot, we're going to invite them to a webinar. We're also going to have the follow-up email system. So like the pixel is going to get recreated. We will be adding hundreds of emails a day to this pixel because you're having a sales team, minimum of 20 people knocking on 140 doors a day each. So like we're looking to have a sales team of 100 inside the next 12 months, knocking on 140 doors each a day. So imagine the back end pixel that you're going to be able to recreate from like all the emails that you get. So they mightn't buy on the spot. They might get, say, each four to six sales a day each, but the back end system with what you've created here, it's going to be second to none. We'll be able to literally retarget towards an entire country as opposed to just an entire suburb.
Absolutely. And that's, I mean, you summed it up fucking perfectly. It's this thing of we're going now into it's a state of being centered and grounded. And when people get on the call and and that's why when I say team of sales consultants, like realistically, it'll probably end up being crews, but we need someone in charge of the consultants that is really like watching their calls and watching their attitude, because we cannot have consultants that are in it to just make as much bank as they can. The reason for that is, sorry about the background. 1 second.
It's good.
Cool. So the reason that we can't have consultants that are just trying to make as much bank or as much commission as possible is because they are, even if it's subconsciously, they'll end up pushing people. They'll end up pushing people into the sale. If we can...
Get him, Rubes. Get him.
Cool. So pretty much what I was trying to say, guys, is if we keep this this centeredness, it means that there's no push on the call. We take people through, we show them the truth. It's like, well, dude, they're like, okay, I don't have the money. Well, it's like, dude, well, do you actually want this, really? And they'll be like, yeah, I do. You know, give you the reason. You go, okay, well, if this keeps happening, where are you going to be 6 months from now? And if they're like, oh, right, you're right. But if they push and they're like, look, sorry, dude, I just can't afford it. Okay, awesome, man. Well, look, what I want you to do is I want you to go back in the Facebook group and I want us to touch base. And then that sales consultant can write that person's name down, and, you know, 2 weeks from then, 4 weeks from then, they send them a message. Hey, dude, how are you going? What's happening? What's happening in your health and fitness? What's happening in your goals? There is never any push. There is only stirring of emotion in our content, in our ads, in our retargeting. It's the movement. People love watching shit on Facebook. Like, people just go, I do it all the time, check their phone, scroll, swipe up, who's posting. So the movement, people see the movement in all of our content and all of the passion and all of that. And every single time, it leads eventually to either joining the webinar or going to that page to apply to book a call.
No, I love it, bro. It's honestly, it's like, yeah, it's a much better approach, and like obviously it's far more congruent with what we're doing, because there's no push. It's all just like allowing the person to see what they couldn't see before, and then just basically facilitating their growth in the future.
Yeah,
It's good, man. It's the same thing. With like the sales I've been doing, I've only objection handled like 2 people, and I've closed nearly 100 people now since working with Tim doing that. So I'm not looping people. It's just pre-handling the objections and pretty much just laying it out where they just go, okay, well, like, you're just telling them so much truth so that they understand that they're the only common denominator to their success and that there's so much value there. So don't need to like push people if you do the call right. And obviously the stick's really good. Like, I haven't had any dropouts or anything like that. And that's, you know, what I want to teach people, and doing it in a really grounded way where it doesn't damage the brand, kind of like winning.
Yeah, that's it.
People in the program.
Burning people.
It's kind of what I've been working on as well, making sure it's heart-centered and, a lot of integrity.
Yeah, I mean, like, exactly right. If someone, and another thing I think we should do is, if someone wants a refund and they're not happy, let's fucking refund them. Who cares? Because that's a reflection on us not having a good enough program and not on them.
Yeah.
And when we take that responsibility, we have the power and the image is upheld.
Yeah, no, I like it. That's good. No, it's good. This has been an awesome phone call, man. Like, you've I just want to urge you both, bro, like, from the person that I met 12 months ago to right now, like, your growth phenomenal, man. I think, obviously, Lynn's lost an absolute asset to his business, but we've gained an absolute brother and a friend, and like, you're a leader, man. And I want you to know that, like, I'm really appreciative for your input so early in this journey, and like, to just give it all, bro. And like, thank you so much, man. Like, fucking, it's amazing to see the growth, bro. And you've got a massive heart, and you align to this mission 100%, man. From the bottom of my heart, like, I speak for myself and the entire team. Like, thanks, bro, for becoming a part of this.
Thanks so much, man. It really means the world. And as you guys know, I've been going through like pretty much the most fucked time ever of my life. So I switch between, you know, I'm working, but then I dissociate, and then every now and then I just want to literally like throw up, because it's like, it's just what happens when something so negative has, like, you know, shifted inside of you and created that. But, and so in so many ways, like, it sounds crazy to say, but very recently I've had this thought of, I've had this acceptance of, I don't actually care if I die. And like, I really mean that. And what that's done is, and it stemmed from the fears and all the things that I've had to step and run away from, basically. And in doing that, I've gone, well, if every day could be my last, which it really could be, I want to help people and give to people and, you know, just fucking love people. And so that's why I'm so grateful to be on the team, because you all know me and you actually like really like me as a friend as well, you know, and that's all I want. I just want people that actually like me and care about me, and I want to give back to them as well. So honored to be here, guys.
Yeah, man, and it's a similar thing with us. Like, we've just been through the biggest emotional event of our life. Like, there's so much energy brewing now and emotion that can be channeled into big things, whatever it is for me. Like, I'm not 100% certain on what the next steps are for me, but you know, we're all connected in a certain way. Obviously, with Frankie passing, and you're going through your own challenges now. So much of that can be used for greatness and growth and love. Like, I like what you said there. Like, this event has brought me back to love. It's brought me back to heart. It's brought me back to what's important, and really maybe reflect on my behavior and where I'm going, and that life is fucking quick. Like, what if you've got this truth for the world and, you know, it's taken away like Frankie and it's gone and you haven't given it to the world? So that's kind of where I'm at as well, just trying to make some change while I'm here.
Yeah, and like, this is a movement, guys, and that's the thing. Like, it is a mission, it is a movement, and none of us are going to stop until it's achieved. So, like, man, like, everything you've said has hit home really hard, because it's exactly how a lot of people have felt, myself included. And like, you've not only become a part of a team, you've become a part of a family, bro. That's the thing. Like, we are a family orientated business, and we all are brothers and sisters, and we are all here to love and support each other, because this is a mission that, with the input of all of us, will be achieved. So you're an asset, bro. So I mean that from the absolute bottom of my heart. You're no longer alone on this journey. Like, we're here to support you every single step of the way, man. I fucking love you, brother. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, and I love the fuck out of all of you. And so, yeah, guys, like, basically, I think now that we've outlined the strategy, all that really needs to happen is, well, obviously, like, action steps and putting some things into place. So what I think I'll do is, and I'll send it through in the chat and so on, is I'll make a list of tasks that need to be actioned. So, like, film this video or write this script, and then hopefully with some input from you guys, I can do some of the tasks myself, but we can delegate some of the tasks.
What I'll do,
Yeah.
I'll position in that group chat, and also inside Team Limitless 24. I'll position you in a post, and I'll say Reuben's going to take over the marketing in with conjunction with Dan Baldasso. We're going for a different approach now with the way in which we're going to bring clients through this process. If you then drop into the message chat and just write all the tasks that you need done, of like things in terms of like messages, content, emails, and then what we'll do is we'll allow the guys to obviously put their hand up and be like, yep, I'll film this, I'll film that, We've got testimonial videos, we've got things from people, like, we can even refilm everything. And what we'll do is we'll just delegate, because at the end of the day, if we all contribute, it's going to be a lot more powerful than just one or two. Like, if we get 50, 60 different coaches contributing, with the numbers just growing, we'll do it that way. So I think, yeah, man, I'll position you in that position, and like, you can really just take the reins with this, because I can already sense, like, you've got massive ideas, bro, and it'll revolutionize what we're doing.
Awesome. I'm so excited, guys. I can't wait.
Perfect, bro. Awesome, bro. All right.
Yeah, I think it's time to eat for all of us. So,
So it is. All right, catch you, boys.
Catch ya.
See you, boys.